No way. And Hagberg straight into the lead from Mobers and Honegal. It's gone off in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think Levin's picked a position up right. Now the question really is, can oh, and Mobers has had a nightmare straight off and into there goes Honegal. But you have to say, we bounced off and he only lost one place despite thwanking the wall. Unbelievable. So instantly, young Mr. Hagberg has been given a bit of an advantage by everybody because he looks so relaxed on the rostrum, Alexander. It's just like, oh, that's what I'm doing today. I'm just going to win a European Championship. But Mobers was his biggest challenge, and Mobers was bouncing off. It means that we have leading Hagberg, and second we have Honegal, third we have Mobers. And it's still fastest lap, obviously, to Alexander Hagberg. In fairness to Honegal, he's trying to catch up. All these white cars aren't good, so he needs to move forward. Move forward to second place, which is Honegal. So he's trying to catch up, and he's just there or thereabouts. Lost a 10th last time, but given the fact that Hagberg's car gets better as it goes, this is looking like a bit of a benefit for the Swede. As he comes around with a 10.9 to 11.1, so he just eases away another 0.2 of a second. And everyone sits around going, how does Hagberg do this? But let's find out. Let's move to our leader, Hagberg, underneath you now. There he goes. And Hagberg comfortably leading at the moment. Sitting in 11, Honegal actually gained a couple of tenths that time round on that lap. So as he carries on round the F section through the Zen zigzag, he's going to pick up his first bit of traffic in a minute. And it's all moving quite well. Right, can we drop back to Marcus again? He's in a battle with Yuho 11. There's a battle for third place with Marcus and Yuho. That's the orange and yellow car and the white and dark blue. So 11 now started 6th up to 4th, and he's trying to battle with the bottom of the podium, the third place position with Mobers. Now, interesting, they're a little bit closer a lap ago, but Mobers now perhaps getting in the groove. I'm sure a couple of these cars in the... Oh, and Alexander... Oh, it's Anderson who came across the track. He hit Anderson, who made a mistake, came across the track, and that's just one of those things. And now he's dropped out of third. That's a real disaster, because it wasn't nothing to do with him. Anderson just came out across with an accident across another corner. And that's third gone. Look again, look, I'm going round, it's all nice. There's Anderson having an accident, and bang. Well, you don't see that very often. He did actually also hit Levenon as well, but Levenon got in the lead of that one. And now Mobers is having a bit of a drop back one to Mobers is now having a bat with Daniel Sieber, which is for 5th place. And Anderson's car's wrecked. So Levenon's picked up 3rd. And now it's a battle for 4th and 5th between Marcus, who's also had some pretty good luck in the stock final, but couldn't buy a break in this one. Hagberg is ahead by nearly 2 seconds now from Honegal. And they're all going round quite nicely. It's Levenon, Mobers, Sieber, Payne, Catchpole, O'Bain and Anderson. And we have Anderson who's pulled out. Vogel, I think, has also pulled out. No, Vogel's just lost a lap. He's still going. And they are carrying through. It's Sieber who's quite close to Mobers. Let's hope this is a slow burn. Hagberg looking really rather good at this at the moment. Well, we know he's rather good at this, but he's looking really rather good, shall I say. And as he sprints down the straight there. His lead moves up to 2 seconds. 2.5 seconds. Honegal's driving well, but he's just not driving, quite well enough. He's a couple of tenths off. Sieber causing Marcus a lot of problems. It's a battle for 4th and 5th, but it's the only actual battle on the track at the moment. And Sieber having a go at the probably quite wounded Marcus Mobers CRC car because he's hit things and been hit by things. So you kind of say, well, it's a bit of bad luck. So Hagberg still doing sub 11 second laps. Let's go to our leader. He is about to go across start finish now in the first of the white cars. That's Hagberg, another sub 11 lap. He's doing sub 11 laps for fun at the moment. 1.8 seconds ahead. So it's kind of oscillating. I mean, he's not braking Hupo, but you know, you can see now he's coming up to lap 5th. Now a lot of that is down to the fact that 5th and 4th, obviously Marcus had a number of problems. But he comes through, gets past Sieber. Nice driving by Sieber. They lost virtually no time being overtaken. He'll also now come up behind Marcus, which I'm sure Marcus won't be very chuffed about, being lapped by who he would see as his major rival. All going pretty well for the man. Oof. And spin off there. So we're down to the last minute and 56 seconds. And the lead is up to 3 seconds. Levenon's still third, Mober's still fourth. As through his merry way and passing the entire field goes Alexander Hagberg. Mober's still looking fourth, but the 1, 2, 3 seems quite nailed on. But then, you know, things can change very rapidly in the A final here. I'm not sure if they're going to change rapidly. Mobus has another mistake and he drops down. He's going to have to scrub this one off and put this one down too. Just one of those things. And there's still a little more slapping going on as other people hit things. But Alexander Hagberg, with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go, is really making an easy meet of this. He's about to put a lap, or even a second lap, I think, on Ollie Payne. She's done. Any second now, he's going to be running up to try and lap third place. So he's going to get. I'm not sure. Will he make it? Will he get all the way to lap third place? Certainly another masterclass, Alexander Hagberg. Huber got hanging on, and Marcus Mobus, who probably was just too damaged to really keep going after accidents and crashes, and probably a bout of crippling depression towards this part of the race. But he has won the first leg in the stock, so things aren't all bad. So down to 27 seconds. He has a target. His target is to see if he can lap third place. Is it a target he can make? Who knows? But it's an absolute masterclass. I don't think he's gone anywhere near touching a barrier. I don't think he's gone anywhere near a barrier. So this continues. He's won all 5 rounds of qualifying. He's won the first A final. I think he might have a short day here as he finishes the race. So a great run in there for Alex. I'm going to go and see if we can grab a word with him. So the cameraman needs to know where I am. Let's have a little break on the proceedings. But that was as dominant a win as you're going to get, I think, really has to be said. Alex doing particularly well. I need to not walk on the track. Yeah, missed that bit of track. Miss that bit of track. Miss that bit of track. Miss that bit of track. Okay. Alex, was that as easy as it looked?
No, it's never easy.
You've now won 5 heats and you won that one just moving away. Are you actually really 100%? Are you still driving within yourself?
I was driving the car as hard as I could for the first 4 minutes to see if I could gap the others. In the end, obviously, I had to pay attention to the back markers and things like that. So, not 100% all the time, but most of the time, yeah.
Your father won't leave you. He wants to be on camera, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a bit of an extrovert, isn't he?
Is that allowed in Sweden?
It's not common, no.
So, so you got about another 2 hours and you can win your 4th championship in a row. I mean, really, it's only you who can stop you winning, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I start first, so I have no excuses.
Brilliant. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, mate. There we are. That's Alex. Bit about Alex. And they're away. And immediately, 1, 2, and 3 are clean. Levenon's another good start into 4. So the top 4 get away, and really no real gapping here. It's just as you would expect on the first lap. Just get into it, comfort it down, dry the tyres, make sure the car's gripping. So it's in this second lap that Mobus made a mistake, And that took him out. But Alex already slightly edging ahead. That lap round, he was about 2/10 faster than Mobers. Mobers is perhaps more concerned at the moment by Honegal, who's getting on his tail. And already, Alex stretching the lead. You can see it visually as he pulls away again, this time by about 0.02 of a second. But it was just Mobers actually has now found a bit of speed. So in 2 laps to get into it. So it's Mobers and Hagberg again getting into it slightly. But that time round, it was still another few hundredths in favour of Hagberg. Interestingly, Mobers gets a little bit closer. He's not brilliant there. He's poor there. He's looking in that corner underneath the rostrum. Didn't get the drive he wanted. And let's, you can see that already the car about to be lapped after just a few seconds. And that, I think, is the Adam Catchpole car. It's had a bad start. And interesting, Mobers now. We drop back to Mobers, please, Matt, because Mobers is dropping back into the clutches of Hupo Honegal. And the lead for Hagberg is already over a second, and we are only 1 minute and 15 down. He said in the last final, he pushed for the first 4 minutes and then cruised it after there, tried to gap everyone. Well, he's gapping everyone now. But the question is, will Mobers be able to stay in second? Again, a few tenths either way, but the fact is that lead now is already out at 1.4 seconds, and that's a comfortable lead in this class. But second, third and fourth are thinking about doing a lot of stuff. They're making little mistakes as they go, and Seaber's joined as well. Second, third, fourth and fifth are going to form themselves a little bit of a train, which is Mobers on camera, followed by the white car of Honegal, and then the white and dark blue car of Lebanon, and then the orange and grey car of Daniel Sieber. Oh, and Lebanon makes a big mistake and flies off in the end, so that he's fallen out of that battle. There's a bit of action going on now as Hagberg hits a massive load of traffic, but he's having no problem pulling away. And the lead now is 2.1 seconds and several cars. The battle is in for second and third. And as they just undergoing that crippled car with the second and third who are right together. It's Marcus Mobers and Hubo Honegal. They've been doing this in the first 2 legs of stock as well. And Honegal now finding a little more speed at the end of the straight. Honegal has a second place in this, and it's almost as though they're already kind of practicing how they're going to fight for the overall second place, because Hagberg now has a lead of 2.6 seconds. And these guys have to get through some traffic as well. So Honegal now heading right up the back of Mobers. They come now underneath the driver's rostrum through the Mon technical section, and then nice bit of gap there. Anderson lets them get through, and the two of them power down the main straight into the Efra section. They'll come in now through the Zen zigzag, and they both get through. Past one gets off Ollie Payne, the second gets off Ollie Payne. So the colourful car is Marcus Mobers. The plain white car is Honegal. Honegal was so fast at the end of the straight there. He lipped round and kind of made, and a mistake by Mobers. He's pinged out, and that's Honegal through into second. And so that is going to be a major issue for Mobers, because Mobers now is a situation where they are now thinking about leg 3, because basically we've got 3.4 second lead for Hagberg. Now can Mobers, now he's not following, picking it back up again. Should we drop back to Mobers, Matt? And maybe I'm already, I wasn't looking at the screen. And he's now in the mire in traffic, but he has to try and find his way, claw his way back to Huber Honegal. But Honegal now is released, appears to have a little bit more pace again, going 10.894, fastest lap we have seen. It's just been done by Honegal. It's not enough to make up the huge gap to the leader, but it is enough to break Mobers, who's 2/10 at 10.7, very fast. Hagberg, almost as though he knew that Honegal was in second, has put in a couple of really quick laps. And it's Hagberg now from Honegal. Mobers having a bit of a struggle now with Sieber. Drop back to the Mobers and Mobers and Sieber battle. I wasn't looking at the screen then. What am I doing? So this is now the third place battle of third place. We have 3.5 minutes to go. Sieber now through the Zen zigzag, and a little bit of a misunderstanding has slowed down Honegal as well. Honegal had an accident just ahead of them. Sieber and Mobers in third and fourth, not that far behind Honegal now, but just to remind you that out in the lead by 5 seconds almost is Alexander Hagberg, and he gets away with what could have been a dangerous situation when Ollie Payne crashes in front of him, but it's all going well for Hagberg at the moment with 3 minutes to go. We are very privileged in many ways to see the masterclass that Hagberg has been providing for the last 4 years. He's won most of them in 2 legs. I think 2 years ago he had to took 3 legs, I think. But he is looking to establish a 4th European Championship. This will be his 5th European Championship in all if he gets it. But Mober's now with 2 minutes and 30 seconds still got Sieber all over him like a bad smell. Sieber, Mober's really doesn't. This modified car really hasn't performed as you would have expected in these finals. Honegal certainly seems to have a quicker car. Honegal now seems to have gone into cruise mode and just relaxing. He's basically sitting there going, right, well, it's all about the third leg and who can win that. Because unless we see a problem for Hagberg in the next 2 minutes and 9 seconds, and it'll be a problem of his own making, he won't be caught up, then this race... Oh, interesting that Hupo's just beginning to be reined back in by the boys. So you can see all 3 of them on the screen now as they go through the Zen zigzag. That white car is Honegal, it's not Hagberg. And then if you get back, and there it goes with about 1:51 to go. Sieber is absolutely keeping pace. He recently won the German Championship where he beat some of these other drivers, including Mobers. So he's following Mobers round, pushing Mobers along. They're all trying to get quite close to Honegal, which bodes well for the final leg, and it has to be said. But it's in this second leg, what's happening is we're having a bit of a masterclass from Hagberg, whose lead is 4.6 seconds. And he's already, I guarantee it, in total cruise mode. He's not pushing anything. He'll be in the middle of the track. And there's a kind of a bit of a Lexan interface with the wall as Mobers and the gang try and fight it out. And here's Hupo just ahead of them, but they are following each other at 40, 50 kilometres an hour. Sieber's driving very well, but doesn't really seem to have any... He hasn't been able to challenge. They've been keeping equidistant, and Sieber's not in the silver and grey car. This time he gets a bit closer, but... It's not really put Mobers under a massive amount of pressure. We have 50 seconds to go. So we're going to have to leave this battle in a lap or so, because I think it's only right that we take what looks like our European champion over the line in a second. I'm sure at that point all 3 positions will change and we'll go, oh, flip. As Hupo looks to move forward. So there's 30 seconds to go. Honegal being talked past. And let's go and see... And then Sieber, and let's now look and find our leader. He's now about to go on the start-finish straight, and that is that's Alexander Hagberg, who has now got this lap and one more to claim his 4th consecutive European Championship. The X-Ray driver, the Swede who lives in Luton, can't have everything in life. He's getting married in September, and his wedding present to himself is a 4th European Championship in a row in this class. Alexander Hagberg in this class, the class of this class, the class of the field, and Hagberg takes it. And off camera, Mo has had a problem, but it doesn't matter because Hagberg is our European champion for the 4th time in a row. Fantastic performance by Alex, and so Alex is a 4-time European champion, and Paul can talk to me, he puts a headset on. So I'm going to go and see if I can chat to the effusive Swede. But that was another textbook performance. More problems, of course, in the end for our friend. He looks quite chuffed there. Another European Championship, 4 in a row for Hagberg. A bit of emotion, he's smiling, almost as though he knows what's going on. Congratulations to his fellow teammates and fellow drivers. And we'll let him take the congratulations. And Alex, this is going to be a habit, isn't it? Me coming and saying congratulations, European champion. 4 times in a row. Does it get better every time?
I think it gets more difficult every time. It seems like this year was a new challenge, and I was working really hard the entire winter to prepare for the 6.5 Blinky class, and in the end it paid off. So I'm really happy about that.
Again, a very, it seems like an easy race for you. Just got out there, stroked it for a bit, and then backed it off.
I was pushing really hard at the start to try to pull a gap because I knew Mober's car started better than mine, but once my car came in, it was really good and I could control the race.
So you started the season perfectly with the European Championship. Tell us about what you're looking for in the rest of 2017. You have 1 under the belt. It's your 5th European Championship in total. What's the rest of the season and what are your aims? What's the key thing you're trying to do this year?
Yeah, obviously we got the Touring Car Euros in Valencia in June, so that's a big one. And the Gas Car Euros in France, Mulhouse. So there's a couple of big ones coming up, and we'll have to focus for those.
But of course, you aren't doing any of the this set of worlds this year. They're not the classes you do, are they?
I don't have a Worlds this year, actually, no. So a little less stressful this year.
Well, apart from getting married, of course.
Yeah, that's going to be busy.
Alex, congratulations. Fantastic work. Well done. 4-time European champion in a row. Fantastic stuff. Thank you indeed. Well, we'll be back in a few minutes to talk to some more people and also show some more racing, but that is the class of the field. See you in 15 minutes.
And they're away. It looks like Mobers made a good start out of that one with Honigel second. Third place is Alexander Anderson. No Alexander Hagberg in this one, so it's a straight battle between Mobers and Honigel about who gets second overall. Of course, we've already seen these two battle all the way through stock, and it was Hupo who won out on that one. But at the moment, Mobers is showing some good turn of speed as Hupo's car not quite so happy in the first couple of laps. Third place, it's Vogel, in third in that particular pink car, not Anderson. It's the Vogel car in 5. And then behind him is Dominic Sieber, Alexander Anderson, Hagberg and Catchpole not taking part in this race. So he started with 8. And now, despite that little error, Honigel seems to have managed to get the thing back up and running again after a poor start. And he is sitting right behind, or second or so behind, Mobers. So we lost. Yeah, it was Yuho 11 had a massive thick, but the first two unaffected by the damage as cars in this A final drop off it. So it's still Honigel who's trying to catch up Mobers in his third A leg. Marcus Mobers on the CRC. Hupo Honigel with the X-ray, giving it a gap that's really not changing very much. They're doing, that was almost 200ths of a second in favour of Marcus. They come to the Zen zigzag and they turn back in front of it and they whiz up and down and come through into the main straight around the corner. Another lap done. That one was slightly faster for Honigel. The Honigel has made a minor mistake in this one as he came out of the exit, the F section, so he's going to lose some time again, the time he gained last time. And indeed it was, he lost 3/10 in that one. It's just tiny little errors and you lose time. Ollie Payne is the next victim for, the first victim for lapping by Marcus Mobers, and streaking through also goes Honigel. So Honigel and Mobers at the moment will make up the podium. They'll be second and third behind Alexander Hagberg, who we crowned champion in 2 straight legs. So Honigel, who was the hunted for a lot of the stock championship, is now the hunter for this in the podium positions of the modified. And he's right behind him now, a good couple of corners, but then lost a little tiny bit sliding out wide coming into the entrance to the Zen zigzag. But the net effect of this lap is he's a little bit closer by about 300 seconds. And now it's a point where you can't really necessarily go as fast as you want to go, because it's almost certain they're making their speeds at different parts of the race. Or part of the track, I got there. So just tiny error. That tiny error cost him 1.5 tenths. And that's margins when you are on the edge. Just a slight corner differently, and you've lost 3 laps of gaining. So put the power on. Come back round again. So anyway, so looking at it, Honigel now just inching back towards Mobers again. He inched back by almost 2 tenths there. We got some martial action and some problems with Vogel, but he's off now. Still third. Is Vogel? I don't think he's probably scored third now. He's and they get confusion around the green and white machine of Lucas Urban, but at the end of the day, no harm, no foul. Everyone ended up where they were, but they are absolutely nailed together. And again, up the inside goes Honigel, and it's no pass, says Mobers. So they literally are trying everything. And Honigel slightly overspeeds into that corner in front of the rostrum and loses a few tenths, but they were absolutely level this time last lap. And now 4 tenths actually, that slight slide out cost, but they've still got half the race to go. 4 minutes down, 4 to go. I'm sure that Hupo will gird his loins for another attack. And he's already scything back up towards the back wheels. There's no wing to cut up, because the first thing your nose will touch is the back wheels, or perhaps the very extremity of the chassis of the CRC of Marcus Mobers, the German, being chased down with the X-ray from the Austrian Hupo Honigel, who's already won the stock championship, and here is looking to get second place in the modified European Championship. The winner, Alexander Hagberg, is sitting down, resting his lovely shoes, and thinking about getting home to Luton. So Mobers there, slightly different line. What a fantastic pass! What a brilliant pass! A corner around the outside, come at the inside. You see he was faster there, but now Well, it's nothing to say that Mobers can't come back at him, because just because you're fast there doesn't mean you're going to be fast later. But no, actually, Hoopo does seem to have the ground speed. And it looks like it's going to be Hoopo who's going to pick up second. He just managed to gap Mobers. Now, Mobers just needs to just turn it around a bit more. So, Marcus actually dropping off Hoopo quite quickly here. So, Hoopo really has got some speed in the car. Until a slight error there. So all that gain he made was lost almost immediately with one minor error. So Honegal and Mobers are right back together again. So lost 8/10 with a tiny error, and that just all that gain the last 4 laps had gone. But again, once they get rolling, Hoopo with 2 minutes 29 seconds to go is a little bit quicker. He's got a little bit more in hand, and a mistake also there by Mobers means he's lost a bit of time. Let's look and see how that happened earlier. And look at that, inside, outside, superb double pass there. Inside, outside again, worth seeing a second time. So great overtake there by Hoopo. He tried it about 3 laps earlier and it didn't quite come off, and then tried it again and he got it perfectly. So Honegal doing a great job, and he's looking like to add a second to his win. And certainly in clear air, Honegal has got the measure of Mobers in this third race. The track constantly evolving throughout the weekend. It's now probably not at its most grippy. It's probably beginning to get what they call slimy. You get so much additive into the tarmac, into the carpet. Eventually, it starts. There's nowhere else to go. It kind of sits there as a kind of almost a sticky, a non-sticky goo, a kind of a slick goo, and you just begin to lose a little bit of the ultimate grip. So let's move to our the leader. Stay with our leader. Maybe we're going to stay with him. So Honegal now has 1 minute and 4 seconds to cement himself as a big winner again and get a first and a second and win some finals, and sure make his sponsors particularly happy after another successful weekend for the Austrian. Marcus Mobers and his home track has got very close to become stock champion and has got very close to getting second place in mod, but neither of those things look like they're going to happen. And next under Hagberg, well, he just won the European Championship because he does, and now has 4 on the trot, and 1 behind the 5 on the trot, which David Spashik won, which is the record. Thank you. So behind them, Vogel's in 3rd, Levenon's in 4th, Alexander Anderson in 5th, Daniel Sieber is in 6th, and Lucas Urban's in 7th, and Payne's missed a few laps, and Hagberg and Catchpole didn't really start the race. Sieber has a problem, I don't know who he dropped behind Urban. So last few seconds, and Honegal's on his victory lap. He's made the last lap, you just have to get around these few corners, and Hooper Honegal will pick up the runners-up spot in the European Championship. Great one for you, Hooper. Hooper Honegal gets 2nd place. 3rd place is young Mr. Marcus Mobers. Probably hates the sight of him now. I'm just fed up with seeing Hooper Honegal. I've seen too much of your car all the time. I'm really completely fed up with it. What